Well, hello, baby. Well, I am exhausted. This is going to be a wild day again for me. Hey, Maverick. Just got back from coaching. 90 degrees. I'm going to have some chicken, grapes, tomatoes. Then I'm meeting my friend at the beach. Then I've got a coach camp. And then I'm teaching English. This day is going to be insane. I'm going to speak to Gabrielle about the website again. But I've got a special guest. Hello, Mia. Hello. Hey, Catfish Morgan. How you doing, Mia? Mia, you've seen me eat lunch many times at school, disturbing me whilst I'm eating my lasagna. I got a lot of abuse for always bringing pasta and chicken to work for dinner. It's like, what's your problem? Not by Mia. I'm glad that you're doing great. 35 MPs resign in UK. Wow. Catholic gets you 35. Skull and Bones, 149, the 35th prime. Hello, Alan. It's always pasta. Today it's not. Clow. Hello, Clow. Today it's not pasta. 10 in the live, 3 likes, 27th prime for you, 103. I'm good, but I'm tired, Mia. I'm really working myself to the bone, but I'm happy with that. You know how hot it is now here. So I just finished coaching from, what did I do, 9:30 till 11. Drove straight here and eating something. Do this live. Head to the beach for a few hours to meet some friends, which I said I would do. Big shout out to my boy Chris, who's listening from Los Angeles. And I'm coaching, 5 till 6:30, then teaching 7 till 8. And there's something else I've got to do, but it is what it is. Oh, I've got to speak to Gabrielle about the website. So, hey, Mr. B. Silver, Coca-Cola. How are you doing, Mia? Are you good? Life treating you well? So today I've got a special guest. It was a patron of mine. I feel like Alan Partridge here, the way I'm introducing this. So he's a phenomenal decoder. He's a nice guy. A few times we went back and forth, our egos, which is never a good thing, but we've tamed our egos now. He finds amazing connections. He's going to discuss his World Cup find. He's going to briefly go over Wimbledon. I'm going to let him basically take the floor, take the mic, and we'll see what happens, and I'll just chip in like I always do. Life is great so far. That's what I like about you, Mia. You're always positive. So, yeah, the UK, we know the UK is going to get targeted, as will the US. I've told you all of that. To create a new world order, you destroy the old world. And who's dominated it? The UK and the US, pretty much, in our lifetime. What do you think about Stranger Things, the show? You should Google CERN, Mia. Look into CERN. That's happening in Switzerland, or at least what they're telling us. It's heavily connected to Stranger Things. Stranger Things all about the nuclear power and bringing in demons and stuff like that. Stuff that you shouldn't be playing with, like antimatter and stuff. The show itself's interesting, but the main character is 11. My favorite number, the master number. And there's a reason why she's called 11. And I think shouldn't she have a sister that's just come out called 9, like 9/11? You can't make this stuff up, guys. Do you know about the 666 in the barcode? I don't, mate. I said yesterday with Djokovic, he came back from 2 sets down and won the last 3 sets, where he got a 666. Of course he did. Right. Is that Roko Tikka Masala? I wish, bro. No. This is just mediocre. I've got loads of cherry tomatoes, loads of grapes, and some chicken. I just threw it on a plate because I just needed something to eat. I'm going to have some nachos at the beach, I think. Right. After I've chewed on this cherry tomato, baby, I'm going to call Chuck. I'm excited to see what he has to say. Hey, Sean, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope we're all doing well. Okay. Let's do this. I'll give him a call. All right, it's calling. What is it, Mia? I'm not that good at guessing everything.
Yeah, hi, Adam. How you doing?
Easy, bro. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Excellent. So, what do you want me to call you by? What name?
You can call me Chuck.
Okay, perfect.
That's my nickname. my nickname.
Perfect. So, guys, I'm here with Chuck, who I said at the beginning is an exceptional coder. He did a lot for my community. He always wanted to help people, and some of his connections that he made were absolutely unbelievable. And this is actually the first time we've ever spoke. So we messaged each other quite a lot on Patreon. We never actually had a phone call. So this should be fun. He's going to go over some of his codes. He's done some amazing codes. He's going to talk a little bit about the dangers of gambling, which is very important. And he's going to go over Wimbledon and maybe a few other things. So, Chuck, do you have me on in the background?
I'm not on the computer. I'm just on the phone. So no, there shouldn't be any interference. So.
There was a tiny bit of interference, but I'm not sure what it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It could be because I'm outside. Maybe it's right.
Yeah, I think it's because you're outside.
Wind.
It's probably the wind if you're in England. I'll just say one thing to a person in my comment section. Mia, that's incredible with the FCE. I will help you study for it if you want. Just drop me a message. I'll help you out. All right. So, Chuck, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with your World Cup code, Wimbledon, the risk of gambling, whatever you want to talk about? I'll let you. Whatever you want.
World Cup code because you made a post. You made a video yesterday on Ericsson, and Ericsson is like connected to this decode.
Brilliant.
And as I said, it's you might be able to make something more.
Do you think Ericsson? Do you think Ericsson had a? Do you think Ericsson actually had a cardiac arrest?
No.
Okay, that's important.
No, but it was obviously some kind of ritual. But it could be to do with artificial intelligence.
Could be, yeah.
Robot. It connects to the World Cup, and I'll go through it, and you might be able to add stuff.
Yeah, people in the comments might be able to add, but I know that, guys, just be prepared. Be prepared with Chuck that he finds ridiculously good finds. So you might be like, what did he just say? He might have to repeat a few things. So yeah, go for it from the beginning, Chuck.
Yeah, sure. It's not really a decode, but it's like it's a lot of date numerology connections, and so the World Cup theme anyway. But,
go for it.
Yeah, I'll start with this. The movie Inferno release date 14th of the 10th, 2016, the World Cup final is 6 years, 66 days, so 666.
That's insane. Tell people why. Why do you think? Why is Inferno? Why is the date of that so important in connection with Inferno? Because people might have never heard of that movie.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to get to that. Inferno means hell, and it's a story of it. The movie is about a virus deliberately released to depopulate Earth by 2/3, and 2/3 is 66.6%.
Yep.
And it was also released on the same day that Arturo Sosa, the Black Pope, was installed as the Black Pope.
Guys, not enough people know about Arturo Sosa, so I connected him to. I think, Chuck, I think you're better going inside. I think there's crackling.
That's not really an option, actually.
Oh, it's not?
Is it that bad?
Okay, but I think we should be okay. So, yeah, Inferno. Did that star Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was the first celebrity to supposedly get coronavirus, and that was in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, true.
And did you say this was released when 2016?
2016, 14th of the 10th, Arturo Sosa's
And
same day as Arturo Sosa installed his Black
and
Pope.
6 times 6 times 6 is 216, and it was released in 2016.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And 6 times 6 times 6 equals, in Gematria, 288.
Okay.
An Inferno movie released on the 288th day of the year.
Oh,
The Great
wow.
Tribulation equals 288. Calm before the storm equals 288.
That's what Trump said, yeah? Trump said that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you have Qatar founded 3rd of the 9th, 1971. 187.07 days to World Cup start.
What?
187.
Wow.
Yeah, 1877 is the 288th prime.
No way. Did you say 1971?
Yeah.
That's when the World Economic Forum was founded as well. And coronavirus was declared a pandemic on the 71st day of 2020, and 71's the 20th prime. I bet the World Cup final finishes 2-0. I already feel like it's going to be 2-0 to whoever gets there.
2-0.
Yeah.
Argentina, England.
Yeah, Argentina over England. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. As of right now, my favourite team as of right now, especially the Queen's still here, is Argentina. Is it yours as well?
I would say Argentina right now, but it would not surprise me if Denmark actually do pretty well to semi-finals or something, because I don't know.
They got to the semi-finals of the Euros.
Yeah, and they're doing pretty well in the crappy Nations League as well.
Yeah, that's a joke of a tournament. What do you think about that? It's disgraceful, isn't it? Awful.
Yeah, it's just an extra tournament to lure people in, but yeah, very hard. The game is very hard to decode those ones. Sometimes they looked really good on paper, and then they just fell apart.
That's the thing. I think everyone should avoid the Nations League games. Avoid friendly games. And we know football itself. Like, you're really good at it, but there's three outcomes, isn't there? Why are we even decoding it most of the time? It's like way harder to hit. But I guess you have double chance and stuff.
Well, for me, it's because I know more about. I don't know anything about basketball or American football, really, or baseball. But you've lived in America, so you know a bit more about.
Exactly. Yeah, that helped me. That helped me.
But it is true. But I think championship games actually are a bit easier to decode.
Yeah, you're fantastic. You're fantastic with the lower leagues, aren't you? You do some wild ass codes for lower leagues.
Lower leagues, because there's not so many sort of rituals, because there's no superstars.
Yeah.
So it's basically all numerology, and for example, I was following QBR because I did used to support QBR, and they were based a lot. All their games were based a lot on the devil rituals and Pope rituals. Because the manager, he's gone now, but he connected a lot to the Pope.
It's wild, isn't it? Like, do you think these coaches know they're connected with the Pope?
That's the question people keep asking. How is it coded? How do they score on the exact minute that makes sense to the code? I don't think that, you can script it that way at all.
You can't, can you?
It's got to be outside intervention, and I don't think technology, we would notice something going wrong. In golf, I'm pretty sure they use technology to
they have to with that ball. Some of the shots you see them do, like, it's you see some of the players you see some of the golfers celebrating before the ball's gone in. Like, when it's nowhere near the hole, they're celebrating like they know it's going in.
Yeah, and Mag's ugly truth or bitter truth, with whatever.
He's amazing.
He did a video on, yeah, he's very funny. He did a video on, I think, Tiger Woods, where he hit a ball and it went over 2 hills and swerved and went in.
Yeah, so it's
possible to direct it over 2 hills.
And the amount of times that Tiger Woods has putted when he's not actually looking, it's like the Steph Curry 3-point shot. He shoots without looking. Tiger's putted without even looking before the flag. It's just like done a side, like a Ronaldinho. Like Ronaldinho does that side look pass. Tiger Woods would put like that. It's like almost mockery. But then the fans go, "Oh my God, this guy's incredible! What they can do!" It's like, I don't think it's humans. I think there's definitely some sort of demonic possession with these people. I really do, yeah. Because demons really demand attention, and where can they get the most attention? Like in stadiums, like that's where energy harvesting and all of that.
Yeah, and it comes from the Olympics, which was like a ritual to the gods that they believed in at that time.
That 2012 London Olympics opening and closing was so in your face, and I still don't understand how people cannot see how ritualistic. It's called a ceremony. It's a ritual ceremony what they do, and it's so intense and disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, I told people, what a ritual. They said, "Oh, that was great." That was.
They were entertained. People are entertained by Satan.
Even if you don't know about these things, but you can see how sinister it is. The kids in a hospital bed and
one Boris Johnson in a hospital bed.
Johnson.
Yeah, wild, mate. Boris Johnson, who doesn't have a Johnson.
Yes. Oh, sorry, my
Right. Okay. Go back to your code, because the way I am, mate, I always go off topic. So you were talking about Inferno and the 666 and the 288.
It's always helpful. Yeah, as I said, the World Cup, it was 18707 days to World Cup start, and 1877 is the 288th prime to go with those 288s I mentioned.
That's insane.
And Qatar was founded on the 246th day of the year. Holy Bloodline of Christ equals 246. Catholic Church equals 246. Jesus Christ, Son of God, 246. So it's like a Jesus or Antichrist theme. It looks to me.
246 in numerology is 12, which gets you your 3, but it's also like 66 when England won the World Cup. So they have a really good riddle as well. But,
yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but they have a stadium that they refurbish. It's called the Al Janoub Stadium.
Okay.
That they're going to use it in Qatar. It was refurbished and it's now in the shape of a vagina.
Oh my God!
It was formerly Al Waqra Stadium, which the architect of that stadium was a British Iraqi woman called Dame Zaha Hadid.
Okay.
Who died on 31st of the 3rd, 216. So 31st of the 3rd, a lot like 313, Francis installed.
Yeah. Pope Francis was installed, guys. March the 13th, 2013, 313. So that's the 65th prime, if that helps with anything. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. And then her death to the opening ceremony of Al Janoub Stadium, 16th of the 5th, 219, is 163 weeks, and 163 is the 38th prime, and death, murder, killing, Lucifer, all equal 38. Ericsson's heart attack was on the 163rd day of the year, and George Bush equals 163.
Tom Brady's full name's 163, and he won Super Bowl 55, the Satanic Super Bowl, on the 38th day of the year, and he was born on the 3rd of August, like 38. That 38's everywhere, which is 11 in numerology. It's everywhere, that.
Yeah, he connects to a lot. Brady. And George Bush Sr.'s birthday is the same date as Ericsson's collapse, 12th of the 6th, 1924, which is also the same day as Rosemary's Baby movie release in 1968, which is a film about a woman giving birth to Satan's son.
Do you know what else happened in 1968? Did you see that code?
Coronavirus.
Yeah, it was coined. They coined the term coronavirus in 68. They began the construction of the World Trade Center in 68. 9/11 became the emergency dialing code. Didn't Italy win the Euros in 68 as well?
68, yeah.
Yeah, MLK was assassinated in 68, and that was all 33 years before 9/11. And doesn't Qatar gets you 33, doesn't it? Qatar in Gematria gets you 33.
Yeah, Qatar 33.
Wow.
And also, the same date as Ericsson's collapse was Pulse nightclub shooting.
Okay.
And that to World Cup final is 6 years, 6 months, 6 days for another 6.
Yes, insane.
Without a heartbeat, you have no pulse. So,
that's true.
That connects to Ericsson's collapse. And Ericsson's collapse is 260 weeks, 6 days to World Cup final.
Are you serious?
Francis is 200, yeah. So that's why I think, Denmark, they might get further than people expect for this reason.
And Prince Philip. Philip's connected to everything, and he's from Danish royalty.
Yeah, he's a lot connected to this Wimbledon final. I think I'll run through that code later.
It has to be, yeah.
I know you like Djokovic.
Yeah.
And probably he will win it. I've got numbers for another guy.
Okay.
English guy. Who was 80 to 1, so I put 20 quid on.
It's worth a go.
Purely because I saw good numbers. Whether he wins or not, it's only 20 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and Ericsson's collapse to World Cup final is also 1 year, 190 days, like 119.
Oh, huge, man. It's like Ronaldo. Ronaldo made his second debut for United on 11-9 and got his 119th goal, and they're the Red Devils. And Eriksen's going to Man United, like I said he would, like 6 months ago. Devil worshipper.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry, I got that wrong. The Pulse nightclub
Pulse
shooting to Eriksen's collapse is 260 weeks, 6 days.
Yeah.
Eriksen's collapse to World Cup final is.
Do you know Kobe Bryant? Do you know Kobe Bryant and LeBron James were drafted 26-6, the 26th of June, 266.
Yeah, I've heard you mention that. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. That number. Do you think Francis?
Connected to so much.
Do you think Francis is going to be the last ever pope? I hear a lot of people say he'll be the last ever pope.
It's quite possible.
I think so.
And like you said, this could be the last World Cup, and it could even be the last Super Bowl. But there might be one or two more. But World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. But
and just know Super Bowls 57. You go.
Conclusions sometimes with these numbers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they can drive you crazy at times.
Because so many connect to rituals anyway, and especially terrorist attacks and so on. But it doesn't necessarily mean that there's Let me give you another 266.
The World Cup finals 26 weeks and 6 days before Messi's 36th birthday, and 666 is the 36th triangular number. And Pope Francis is Argentinian, isn't he? And when he became the Pope in 2013, he held a dinner for Argentina's national team and Italy's national team. And then within 24 hours of each other, 8 years apart, 8 years after he became the Pope, Argentina won the Copa America, and then the day after, Italy won the Euros. So that made me feel like those players, he said he blessed them both. Pope Francis blessed those national teams. So I don't know if this Pope Francis is some sort of magician or demon or whatever, but this guy has a lot to say, and he's connected to revelation in so many ways. Like Messi went to Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain gets you 266.
Right, yeah.
When you type that in.
Sometimes you think it is the Jesuits coding it, but
no, they've infiltrated the code.
That maybe, what's his name? He's got not gematria specifically, but he's got a channel, and he says it's they're using the Jesuits.
Oh, you mean decode your reality?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, he says man's being used, and then he's eventually accepted that we do have a level of free will. So now I respect him more. He used to imply that we had no free will, and basically we are being used. We've got a script. It is what it is. Like we're having this call now because it's been scripted. We had no say in it. Like it wasn't to do with us organizing it and reaching out to each other. I didn't agree with that, but now he said, no, there is an element of free will, but we all have a script, and I can accept that. It's scripture. It goes to the Bible. Scripture. It has script at the beginning of it.
And I don't think we can intervene with that kind of scripture. We can make our own free will for our own path, but ultimately, scripture's going to play out.
I say this. It's how it makes sense to me that ultimately you have a final destination, but it's up to you how you get there. There's different ways of getting there. So we have that ultimate destination, but we have the free will to dictate this, how we get there this way, if we go left or right or forward, but we will eventually get to that destination. That's how I see it.
Yeah, true. So Eriksen's heart stopped, so he literally died and was reborn. Like the World Cup could be a resurrection of Christ, as in Christian or Antichrist.
Well, again, it's called Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
It's not an accident.
No. Not including end date is collapsed. The World Cup final is 18 months, 6 days, and Mark of the Beast equals 186. Vaccination 186.
Did I tell you the 186? Did I tell you that coronavirus was declared a global pandemic exactly 18 years and 6 months after 9/11?
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Again, How do they do it? It's crazy.
When we say how do they do it? It's God for me at this point. It's God. It's something way higher than man. Like I think we've kind of got to stop saying how did they do it, and we're giving man too much credit. I think there's certain people in the world, in this universe, that are aware of the code, like intensely aware, and know who's behind it and how it's being done, and they take advantage of that. The top people,
like the top people, Pope.
Yeah, your Pope Francis, your Arturo Sosa, even your Bill Gates people at that type of level, they're aware of it.
Schwab.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab, the very, very top. Probably but people disagree with this, but probably every like president, the stuff going on at the G7 and stuff. I think they know. I actually think they know who's going to win the World Cup. Like, I think there's people in the world right now that are aware of the team that's going to take it. I firmly believe that.
Well, I think a lot of the bookies are, because when I had a few futures and 3 of them hit, and I was waiting for one, for instance, Hearts, and I tried to cash out. William Hill, for instance, they blocked it.
They do that, mate.
It should be available for cash out, and then it was never available. It's like they knew Hearts are not going to win the Scottish FA, and I thought,
No, they do that, and the odds,
because I knew Rangers are not losing 2 finals. As good as sort of the Hearts code was to win it, I thought no, Rangers are gonna.
Yeah, for them to lose 2 finals would have been, and to miss out on to lose 2 finals and miss out on the league. They weren't going to do that. Like,
no.
Yeah, the bookies know, bro. And you can tell with the odds as well. Like when Man City were down 2-0 against Villa the last game of the season, I told people in play, get on City now. 15 minutes left, and they want even like a massive price to win it. Like in reality, like if you just use your common sense, 75 minutes in, you're 2-0 down. You haven't scored 1 goal in 75 minutes, but they were still like only about 2-1 to win it. With 15 minutes left, to score 3 goals with 15 minutes left. And that's telling you right there, City are winning. Yeah. And that's where you're like, this algorithm, again, who's behind the algorithm? Is it man? Is it demons? Is it God? Like this algorithm that's playing out. They know who's winning these tournaments. They know.
Yeah.
And they screw with people with the odds.
And And also, I think this World Cup is going to be the only tournament so far where you need to be fully vaxxed to enter the stadium and stadiums. And Al Janoub Stadium, for one, was used as a vaccination centre. So I don't know.
Yeah, again, the fact that it's in Qatar, in the Middle East, that's got to be connected to Jesus as well. It's in the Middle East. It made no sense to have the World Cup during the winter, and we know that the World Cup final is 1 day after Pope Francis turns 86. So there you have another 18-6. 1 day after he turns 86, 186, and he's Argentinian.
And off my notes, before I forget, also 14th of the 2nd, 2016 was when the robot Sophia was made. Same
Ericsson's birthday.
And that date, the World Cup final is 2,500 days, and Devil equals 25, and Robot equals 25.
And Ronaldo and Neymar were both born on February the 5th, on 2/5.
Yeah.
Pope's 25 as well. Pope's 25. Vatican's 25.
And next is Ericsson's collapse. It was 200 days from Maradona's death, and 20 weeks, 0 days from Aguero's chest pain ritual, which was also Maradona's birthday, and 200 days from Ericsson's collapse to Diego's brother, Hugo Maradona's death, who also died of heart attack. And heart failure equals 200.
Wow, and Aguero married Maradona's daughter.
Yeah.
And Aguero retired at age 33 as well, didn't he? Like Corona, he was 33. Yeah. And he retired playing for Barcelona, and where Maradona played, where Messi played. More Argentinian connections.
Equals 200.
Wow.
Lord Jesus Christ equals 200, and Georgia Guidestones equals 200. And Ericsson's heart failure is also 16006 days from Elvis Presley's death of heart attack, and crucifixion equals 166.
And he was the first celebrity to get. He was the first celebrity wanted to get the vaccine for.
For polio.
The polio vaccine on live TV. Although he never got it, but they pushed Elvis. They called him the king, which is like a crown, like Corona.
Yeah.
What do you think they did with Italy then? So Italy won the Euros. They went 34 games undefeated, which was outrageous for the mediocre team they had. That wasn't great at all. And then they can't beat Macedonia, and they failed to make the World Cup. Like, how can people around the world not question how Italy won the Euros, the second biggest football competition in the world? We're going undefeated, and then they can't qualify for the World Cup. They can't beat Macedonia, mate. Like, how can... And that was a 1-0, I think, for another 10.
They did pull out some... Like, they were a surprise team a bit, North Macedonia, and Italy had... I looked at the team sheet, not that I paid that much attention, but they had got a lot of unknowns,
But they shouldn't be losing that. I don't get how you go from winning the Euros with the same coach, pretty much the same team, to then you can't beat Macedonia, you can't qualify, you can't win your group. It don't make any sense. People say, well, maybe they got complacent. No, it's ritual why Italy didn't get there. It was a sacrifice.
Yeah, no, of course. But all these games anyway, when they win now, they only just win. 1-0. It's ridiculous. Back in the day when it wasn't maybe so rigged, teams were beating overseas for, decent teams were winning 4-1.
That's true, yeah. They're trying to say...
Especially finals are the biggest waste of, energy and time to watch.
And the games, 9 out of 10 finals are absolutely mediocre. And 0-0, 1-1, just... They build them up. By design, they build them up. And then it's really, really, really disappointing, most finals. Yes, people are going to say, but what about that final? People come out with a few exceptions. In general, the last 3 Champions League finals have all finished 1-0. You had Bayern Munich beat PSG 1-0 on Kobe Bryant's birthday, the year Kobe died. The year after that, ridiculously, Chelsea beat Man City 1-0. And then we just had the 1-0 of Real Madrid beating Liverpool 1-0. Exactly, what was it? Exactly, was it 41 years after Liverpool beat Real Madrid 1-0, and now Ancelotti's 4-1 in European Cup finals?
Yeah.
I don't know how it's being done, man.
FA Cup finals are almost even worse. Penalties every time.
Yeah, so by the way, guys, Chuck was somebody else Chuck said Liverpool to win the FA Cup at the very beginning. Go through a couple of other ones that you called, and maybe briefly go over the code, why you said it. So Liverpool was the Hillsborough disaster. That was pretty clear.
I won't remember now, but I did have, obviously I called a lot wrong because number one, it's not easy, and number two, I didn't shy away from 20 to 1. But
yeah, you went for big underdogs, didn't you?
To get to the US Open final and Raducanu to win. I had Serena Williams before, but she pulled out. She had some great numbers, but you never know, But
do you remember your Van Dijk? Do you remember your Van Dijk to score code? That was outrageous.
Actually, that was Neil.
Oh, was that Neil?
I remember that. Yeah, that one wasn't mine. I did have Serbia to beat Portugal at 6-1.
6-1, yeah, Serbia to beat Portugal, and there was a few others that you pulled out. But like you said, it's not easy here. But the one thing you and I have got over finally, took us what time, was the massive ego of trying to maybe one up each other and prove each other wrong, and that's not how it should be. We've got over that now.
But I think we both learned that.
Yeah.
To be honest, if you find anyone that hits over 50% futures...
Oh, you don't. There isn't anyone. There isn't anyone. Yeah, there's nobody doing that.
No, exactly. Then I got a Wimbledon code. I haven't heard your Djokovic code, but obviously it wouldn't surprise me if he wins because he's always got great numbers.
Mate, the fact that it wasn't even money to win it. gave it away for me.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. You couldn't even get even money on him to win Wimbledon. It's like, wow. So what is it now? Is it semi-final of Wimbledon?
It's semi-final, and he's playing the UK number one, Cameron Norrie. And this is what I found for Norrie.
So that's first. That'll be first seed. That's first seed against 9th seed for your COVID-19. Another 19. 1 against 9, I think that.
Yeah, and they still might be doing rituals with Djokovic because he refused. Well,
no vax.
No one took the vax, but refused the vax. So they still might be preying on the public with that one. But what I found, this is the 135th edition of Wimbledon. Prince Philip equals 135. Kobe Bryant equals 135.
Do you know Kobe Bryant got inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame on the 135th day of the year, and he won 135 playoff games?
Shit, really?
Yeah, I'll be really shocked if Djokovic don't win this, but I want to hear your code. Just.
Does Djokovic connect to the 135 too? Does it?
I'm sure I could. All these goats, you know, Djokovic is like the goat. All of these goats, they're all connected. That's why I can sync them up. Like I know Kobe's connected to Brady, with LeBron, with Ronaldo. Ronaldo's connected with Messi. With they're all connected to Serena. All these goats, these top stars, they are connected by a code. It's like they're like demons or something. Like it's like they're being designed, like made. It's insane. Like how connected they all are. It's absolute. Tiger Woods is connected to all these top stars. Who else do I often connect? There's another one, but I can't think who it is. But go on, mate.
Ronaldo, Messi.
Yeah, just
Nadal.
Yeah, Nadal synced up with it all as well. Like it's unbelievable. But go on then. Just disclaimer, guys. Chuck's not saying Norris is going to win.
Sorry?
I'm just saying a disclaimer that you're not saying Norris wins this. You're just saying here's some interesting numbers.
And at the end of the day, he's 20 to 1. If anyone wants to put a tenner on the numbers I'm giving, that
Or you can even do. There's options where you can get him just to win a set is probably like 3 to 1 just to win a set. You know what I mean? Because he's such a massive underdog. People are going to think this is Djokovic 3-0. No questions asked. They're going to say that.
I don't know. He actually looks a lot better than Murray. And Murray, I know it's fake, but Murray won Wimbledon.
He did, didn't he?
The ritual, but this guy looks actually better.
Right, I'll let you spit the code out, and I won't interrupt.
Yeah, I mean, he can get his 135th win against Djokovic, but he shares the same birthday as Kobe. Men's 23rd of the 8th. Men's final is on 191st day of the year. Sarah Virginia Wade OBE equals 191. Society of Jesus equals 191. Men's final is on Virginia Wade's birthday, 10th of the 7th, as she'll be 77 years old. As she won Wimbledon in 77, London bombings were on 77, Murray won Wimbledon on 77, Cameron Norrie equals 77, 135th men's Wimbledon equals 77. C Norrie, like on a scoreboard, equals 107. Like 10-7. Philip buried 107th day of the year. Wade is South African British. Norrie is South African British. Norrie became UK number 1 on 10/18/21 if you write it in the American version.
Yeah.
His last B-day is 10 months, 18 days to final, also 322 days, and Skull and Bones connects to 322. His last trophy was the day before at Indian Wells, 17th of the 10th, 21. To final is 266 days.
Whoa.
Francis is 266. Pope Philip died on a date leaving 266 days left in the year. It's also 8 months, 23 days, like his and Kobe's birthday.
Do you know that Pope Francis visited the White House for the first time on the 266th day of the year?
No, I didn't know that.
It's crazy. And that Cameron Norrie is 26 years old, isn't he? And Kobe died the 26th day of 2020, and God's 26 letters in the alphabet. 26 is a massive number with God. So maybe If God is behind these tournaments, then you can't write him off. And I saw this that Nobby beat Goffin, didn't he? He beat the Belgium guy in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, and the fifth set finished like 5-7, and that's Kobe Bryant's NBA Finals record. He won 5 out of 7.
Oh, right. So
crazy, man.
Another good sign for him.
Yeah, and 9's the number of completion, and he's ranked 9th in the world. Kobe died in a helicopter with 9 people. His highest scoring game was 81 points, 9 times 9.
Yeah, he's 9th. I think he's ranked 12th, but he's 9th
at Wimbledon.
For Wimbledon.
Yeah, for Wimbledon he's 9th.
Which I've got a little code for. But so the last Brit to win Wimbledon was, as you said, 9 years ago, and that was Murray on 7-7-2-13. 9 years, 3 days to final, or 108 months, 3 days. The Duke of Edinburgh equals 93,183, including end date 9 years, 4 days. Philip died on 9/4.
And do you know Queen Elizabeth said that she fell in love with Philip on a tennis court?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And Wimbledon's sponsored by Rolex, isn't it, for the crown? Like Corona.
Yeah, still, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they're sponsored by Rolex. I think it's always been Rolex.
All white ritual, probably.
Yeah,
good. Philip buried on 17th of the 4th. Men's final date leaves 174 days left in the year.
Number of the beast.
Prince Philip
is 174. Number of the beast.
Yeah, I haven't actually got that. No.
Yeah.
Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, equals 174.
Wow.
London bombings were 17 years, 4 days to final. New World Order equals 174.
What? Mate, this is insane.
If it hits, it's insane.
No, but mate, this is what I tried to tell you a lot. Even if it doesn't hit, this is insane, because these date durations you cannot argue with. Like, they're all connected. The 174, the 77, they're all there. It's like that flight 77 hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon, the 77th meridian, 77 minutes after it took off. You can't argue with that. Maybe you use that in your code and say, or maybe this team gets the 77th win because today's date's 9/11. And it's still a great code. You can't deny the 77s that you find in. It just doesn't mean that's going to be the riddle behind it. It's still undeniable code.
I always say if, or they can. I never say they will.
It's very important, yeah. I think. I often say I think.
People can take it or leave it at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And Barbara Bush.
Bloke. That's a bloke.
Yeah. Barbara Bush died on 17th of the 4th, 2018. 107th day of the year, same date as Philip's funeral 3 years earlier. Wow. London bombings were 666 weeks, 6 days to her death. Barbara Pierce, can you believe Pierce? Who's going to call their daughter Pierce?
Well, you got like Pierce Morgan, Pierce Brosnan, and Stuart Pierce. I'm thinking of other Pierces, but yeah, that's ridiculous.
Take the wig off her head. That's Alistair Crowley.
It is, mate. It literally, I think they're related.
Yeah, it's the son.
Mate, I have a feeling today that I think there's a chance that Nadal might lose today.
He's got a record if he does something, but I can't remember exactly what it is.
I don't think they're going to give us. I don't think they're going to give us another Djokovic Nadal. I have a feeling Nadal might go out today, but we'll see. Let's focus on what you think.
I don't think Nadal's going to take another Grand Slam either.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to do another Nadal Djokovic in this Wimbledon. No. But you never know. You never know.
Some rituals with the Aussie guy, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's up for in court for beating his girlfriend or something.
Yeah, they put them through all these rituals. Why do you think they do that?
Probably for energy, to take energy from the public. I don't know.
Do you think it works them? Do you think it works them up like the Masonic ladder? Really? Do you think they go up the Masonic ladder? The more rituals they do, like when they have that really like public meltdown or whatever, it's like, this is what you're going to do, and now we're going to take you to this degree. which gives you this amount of influence. But you got to go through this first.
Yeah, probably, but in maybe 10 or 15% of cases, they never get to anywhere, maybe.
But they'll always give them some. Like Kobe got accused of rape when he was 25. And like Tom Brady did the deflate gate, where he basically got caught cheating with the balls. And then you had like, what are the top? Rooney had sex with a grandma and a hooker and all of that. Giggs had sex with his brother's wife.
Mike Tyson done for rape.
Yeah, Tyson got done for rape. There's loads of them. They always seem to have at least one major thing. Beckham had an affair with Rebecca Lewis, who's a bloke as well.
Yeah.
They all seem to have a.
He was banned for match fixing.
Yeah.
What a joke! And then he won World Cup and probably.
But they usually go. They usually go through. They go through the big ritual, and then like a year or less after, they're at the top. They're right at the top after it. Like Magic Johnson got HIV, and he came back even better than he was before, despite having HIV, which he never had.
Yeah, and still people fall for it.
And still people fall for it. Ericsson, yeah, the Ericsson, mate.
So someone who's had a heart attack and had a defibrillator, well, you're not going to run around for 90 minutes kicking a ball.
And dominate, and then go to Man United, which is probably the biggest club that he's been at. I know he's signed for Inter, but like, yeah, to come back and do all of that is like, it is. You can't accept that bullshit. It's just absolutely outrageous.
No, but some people can, though. That's the crazy thing. And,
well, that's true, yeah.
I've said to people, this team's like, I said, Leicester's winning, to Chelsea fans, Leicester's winning the
FA Cup. Yeah.
Are you crazy? Leicester with their team? I said, just watch. And then the next one, I called them, they said, oh, well, you were lucky or whatever, and Chelsea had some bad decisions. I said, well, you still don't get it. That is fixed,
Yeah, exactly.
You will never convince some people. They just believe in the system too much.
Yeah, they don't want to be unplugged.
And you're better off just moving on. and
I've learned that, yeah, bro. I've learned that. You don't force it up. I'm just making. Do you mind if I read some comments? Because I usually read them all. See if there's anything. They might be asking you some questions. Right. Let me see. So Paul's asked this. You can give your opinion. Alan said, "Hey Chuck, what's good, bro?" And then Fat Henry said, "Hey Chuck." So Paul Godding said, "Are all sportsmen and women in on it?" In your opinion?
I wouldn't say they are. No.
I agree with you. I think
I agree with you. There, it's the superstars and probably the managers, but I can't explain how the timing of the goals.
And the misses sometimes. Like there's no way Southgate said, Rashford, you're gonna miss the first penalty and hit like the outside of the post. You can't do that. And it was too close, because if he would have scored that, the whole ritual would have been up in the air with the 3 black players missing. So I do think the top stars coaches, I think the owners, mate, the owners are like wizards. The owners of these clubs are wizards or warlocks, or they know the code. What's his name? Who owns Arsenal? What's his name? Stan Kroenke. Stan Kroenke. Yeah, so he owns Arsenal, and then he also owns the LA Rams. He owns the Colorado Avalanche. So the team that won the NFL, he owns. The team that won the NHL, he owns. The team that won the lacrosse national championship, he owns. It's like somebody like him, or somebody like the Glazers, who own Man United and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's like you got to keep your eye out on those people, because they're some high-ranked wizards or something for me. They know way more than the average person, man.
And your John W. Henrys.
Your John W. Henrys, your people like that. That's people you and I together could decode and do a phenomenal code. I decoded the guy who founded Liverpool FC, John Holding. And the numbers are insane. And he was a 33-degree Mason openly. That's why Anfield's 33. And it's on the 33rd meridian or something. The stadium, I can't remember what it was. 33rd parallel or something, Anfield.
Right.
And they've been involved. They had the 3-3 final with West Ham in the FA Cup when Gerrard scored, the 3-3 with AC Milan. Like they're really heavily connected with that number in major finals and stuff like that. So it's I read a few more. A guy called Ironside said, "Yo, Chuck, I think these people actually know you." Theodoris thinks Netherlands are going to win the Nations League, and I do as well, from what I've seen. But I don't really want to cover that. A lot of people, mate, are messaging me saying Brazil. Brazil have a phenomenal code. Have you found anything for Brazil?
Yeah. I haven't, because as you know, when you go through one team, it zaps a lot of your energy, and then unless they get eliminated, then you might go to another team. But to cover 3 or 4 teams, it does zap your energy.
But it's smart as well. Like I said, if you get Argentina, England, Brazil, I think they're my 3 where I think I'm extremely confident one of them win it. You've got an 11-1, a 9-1, and a 6-1. So if you bet like the same amount of money on each one, we'll call it $100. I know it's a lot of money. So if Brazil win, you're gonna get 300 profit. If like England win, you get 600 profit, and if Argentina win, you get 800 profit. And if none of them won, you go, all right, that sucks. But then again, the World Cup is every 4 years. Like, what is it with 4? I said the 4 horsemen, the World Cup's every 4 years, the Olympics every 4 years, the presidential elections are every 4 years. There's got to be something with 4 with cycles. There has to be. And why are they trying to make the World Cup now supposedly every 2 years, which I think's bullshit.
Well, does it like death in is it Japanese? Chinese?
Yeah. Force connected to death in China.
They avoid room 4, I believe.
Yep, they do. They believe it's an unlucky number. I think it's the 4 horsemen, mate. I really think it's the 4 horsemen in Revelation, the 4.
And then there was Beyonce was on the cover of Vogue recently on a red horse.
That's a bloke. Beyonce.
Another guy. If I was a boy.
Yeah, if I was a boy, yeah. Beyonce basically means once before I was a boy. Like it's a joke. Did you? My friend Maverick, who's in the live, I think it was Maverick. He said that 10 years ago, Shakira were performing, I think on MTV or VH1 or something, and she was singing "Dude Looks Like a Lady."
Oh right,
Dude looks like a lady. Like it's same with who was the original singer of it from the Rolling Stones? What's his name?
Aerosmith covered that one. I'm not sure if Mick Jagger covered it.
Oh, Mick Jagger. Sorry, Mick Jagger is a dude who looks like a lady, an ugly one, a really ugly one, and he sang that.
So is the lead singer of Aerosmith, Steve Tyler.
Yeah, like, and then he has a daughter who's a supermodel, who's a bloke. All supermodels are men, all of them. Not every model, all supermodels. That's why we say Victoria's Secret is all the models are blokes. Yeah. Just mocking us.
Yeah, Giselle Bundchen definitely is.
Giselle and Tom Brady, that's Tom Brady's wife, and he said in an interview, who do you owe all your success to? He said, my wife. Said, why? She's a witch.
Naomi Campbell is another one.
Yeah, well, do you know who else is a bloke, which is disappointing, because I had a crush on him? Kate Moss. I code, well, I didn't code the anatomy. I downloaded a load of images. I was like, that's Kate Moss, although she's short. That's a bloke as well. So, and again, they made her like right at the top, didn't they, for a few years in the modeling world, Kate Moss. And now they're doing it with that, what's her name? Is it Cara Delevingne or something? I don't know how you pronounce her name.
She actually looks like Robbie Williams.
Yeah, looks just like Robbie Williams, and she looks like a blatant man. This is like very blatantly a man, and they made her a big.
Find her attractive at all.
No, like I've learned that I can read and feel masculine energy, and if you look at this person here, if you shave her head off, well, she's done that a few times. I think she's actually shaved her head a few times. It's a man in makeup. That's all it is. It's a man in makeup.
Yeah.
Like if you got someone like Mason Mount, and put makeup on him and give him a wig and had him prance around in like a dress, you'd probably say, oh, that's a pretty attractive woman. Like if you got someone like Mason Mount, you know what I mean? These pretty boy footballers. It's crazy, man.
You can do it to most. I think there was something in the news. I had an alert about some kind of app that it showed stars as women, and you couldn't really.
Yeah, no, they're always doing it now, though. They're always doing that. They did it with Ronaldo, Messi, with Neymar. They had them like what they would look like as women. Why are they doing this now? Like it's just because they've come out with this app. No, they've intentionally come out with this app. I don't want to see how a guy looks like as a girl. I don't want to see that. I don't care how a guy looks like as a girl. No interest in that.
It's definitely agendas that they're pushing, and it's just getting ridiculous now.
It's just people need to see,
and
like,
if you speak out against it, oh, you're a homophobe. No, you can do what you want, but don't push it. You know,
that's what I mean. There's agendas, and then there's just going about your business.
Because they're transsexuals, everyone loves them.
Yeah.
Because they're gay or because they're this or that.
And like you said, they get a whole month. They get Pride Month to celebrate not being straight. They get a whole month. Yeah. It's not on for me. Yeah. Give them a day if you want or whatever. But yeah, it's scandalous. Like I said, there's a difference between an agenda and then there's a difference between just going about your business and doing your own thing, being who you want to be, and just that's fine. You can be proud of it. It is what it is. But when the simple fact is, when you're seeing like Premier League footballers, all the captains wearing the rainbow flag, and you start seeing what's an agenda. Whatever they're really heavily pushing in the internet or online or on live TV is an agenda. That taking the knee is an agenda. It's blatant.
Is it only England doing that still?
Yeah, I think so. And then they got booed. Who were they playing when they went away and they got booed?
Eastern European team.
Yeah, an Eastern European team. And then they go.
Maybe Hungary or...
Yeah, probably Hungary. And then where England got beat 4-0. What a joke.
Twice they lost. I didn't even bother looking at it because I assumed England might probably win that, but
yeah, no, like
you can never assume.
Yeah, when people say that, so Nadal's going to get to the final, it looks like, so it is going to be Nadal. It's going to be Nadal against, well, maybe. Are you going to bother watching that Norris game or not?
Not really. I've just been keeping have a look at the scores. That's it on the flash scores. But I rarely watch a game, even football.
Have you always watched games and then just recently stopped watching, or have you never been that bothered?
I've watched the occasional game, maybe Champions League midweek. Me and friends in the pub, have a few pints, but I've never subscribed ever to Sky Sports. I don't believe in it. But I'm not watching it. I'm keeping an eye on it, but they're not that entertaining anymore. As a kid, yes, I used to watch World Cups and
it was exciting, wasn't it? Like for me, the build up to a World Cup was so exciting, and I won't watch one game this time. I'm not going to watch one game unless I'm like at a party or an event and this TV's surrounding me. I still will then try and avoid it. I don't care anymore. I won't watch it.
Worse. I mean, the rituals have just got beyond a joke, really.
Yeah, it's out of hand. It's outrageous, and it's not fun anymore. Like as soon as I realized it's not completely organic, I started to lose my passion for it. But like, I was coaching this morning, just coaching a group of kids, and that's when I'm like, football is so magical. It's so beautiful, this game, what it can do, just that one ball and the joy it can bring billions of people makes me like, I reel myself in and go, all right. And these kids still love the Ronaldos and Neymars. I just let them do it. So if they score and celebrate and do Ronaldo, it doesn't break my heart. I just go, all right, okay. It is what it is, but I can't say anything to this.
The actual game, I mean, I used to play a lot in Spain in like 6-a-side pitches, and I used to love the game.
No, the game, it is called The Beautiful Game. And again, it's been infiltrated and it all became about money and it all became about status. Now social media, it's like, it's cringeworthy, to be honest.
It is, but I mean, I might offend a few people here, but American football, I do not see the attraction of it at all. It's like a human chess game, really, isn't it?
And the worst thing about American football for me is it keeps fizzing up on your end.
Where they keep, sorry?
It keeps making noises your end, like it's like you're in space or something on Mars.
I want my phone when you're speaking.
Yeah. But the worst thing about the NFL is the commercials. There's a commercial after every 2 minutes. There's a commercial, which shows you it's all about programming. It's all programming and the power of commercials. That's why you pay $500,000 for a Super Bowl commercial, if that's what they actually pay.
Yeah.
The power of programming and
the stoppages. It drags on.
I know
how long can a game take? It can take 3 hours, 4 hours even, no?
Mate, yeah, exactly. And in the NBA, the last 3 minutes of the NBA can take an hour with timeouts. And obviously they make it dramatic. They'll make it 2-point game with 3 minutes left. So every time there's a team that scores, timeout. It's then they take these long ass timeouts where I'd love to hear one of them. I know sometimes they actually let you listen to what the coaches are saying, but again, that's all staged in my opinion. Just rarely hear the timeout every time. Sometimes you hear a boxing match, you can hear the people in the coaches, the trainers speaking to them in the corner. I like all of that. Yeah. Same in the UFC. It's all right, okay, you got to do this, you got to step up, you got to do that. And it's fuck me. If I were when you hear them talking, if I was the other coach, I'd have somebody with an earpiece saying, this is what their coach is saying to the guy. They always say, you got to do that, you got to move in, you got to move out. It's all right, this is what he's going to do when he comes in at the start of the third round. Do you know what I mean? It's hilarious. It's all staged for me.
How come nobody's ever leaked anything? Nobody's ever spoken out?
Not a few people have. There's been multiple people that have. There's been multiple NFL players that have come out and said that it's all rigged. The NFL. Yeah, but not many. But there have been cases.
Lower players.
No, some top stars. One guy who won the Super Bowl came out and said it was all rigged and that they knew. It was we knew we knew the players they were going to play before they even made them, because we knew, almost saying we had a script and we knew exactly how it was going to go down. It's just like WWE, mate, where they have a tiny bit of free will, but in reality, they know the finisher, they know who's winning the belt, they know how they're going to get a response from the audience. And the NFL is sports entertainment by law, which means they can legally determine the outcome legally.
But these players, it was probably at the end of their career, and they had not much to lose, maybe.
Well, they were
never going to get a big platform anyway.
If you think about the NFL, you have they call it a quarterback league. And then you got your wide receivers. There's so many people on that field that are barely doing anything other than just being aggressive and holding on to each other, defending. And at any point, the official can throw in that flag and at any point. So I think a lot of the players playing in the game don't need to know what's going on. I think the coaches, the official, the top stars, and maybe the top receiver need to know. And then maybe a few others. I don't think all of them have to know, to be honest with you.
No.
But we don't know.
No, but maybe that's why sometimes scripts don't play out the way you think they would play out.
I think there's a song called Blurred Lines by Pharrell called Blurred Lines. And I think that's what it is. It's like not every actor's a transgender. Not every athlete is satanic and knows what's going on. There's blurred lines. There'll be people that work within politics who don't know what's going on, but the top people know exactly what's going on. So there's people being used. Like the kit people, the people cleaning the jerseys and stuff, the people that work in the coffee house, the stewards, they don't have a clue what's going on, but they're partaking in a ritual, oblivious, just like fans are taking part in a ritual, oblivious to the fact that they're actually taking part in a ritual. So I'll do 10. I can do 10 more minutes. I'm gonna. Do you have anything else?
Let me just finish this code. So Barbara Bush equals 93. It's 9 years, 3 days since the Brit won Wimbledon. Saturn equals 93. The sun is 93 million miles from Earth, allegedly.
Good. I'm glad you said that.
93. Nova Saurus Seclorum equals 33. Norrie now plays Djokovic in semi-final. 15 months, 0 days from Philip's death. Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh equals 150. Duke of Edinburgh equals 150 and 78. Semi-final is on 7-8 or 8-7. The Duke of Edinburgh equals 8-7.
Kobe Bryant was born in 78, and number of the beast is 87. When's the final? When's the final, mate? Don't tell me it's on the 10th.
10th, which is Virginia Wade's birthday.
Wow. Okay.
Kobe connected too, is it?
Yeah. No. Well, your 10-8 is 108, which is geometry in gematria in 2 ciphers. 10-8 is really big. It's big with Stephen Hawking as well and Einstein. Yeah. Did you see my code about that with the connections between Einstein and Stephen Hawking?
No, is that on?
Yeah, I've done a video, but anyway, they're massively connected to 108, and in geometry gets you 108 and 2 ciphers. A few years ago, I had Yang Bingtao to win the snooker, and I said he would win the final 10-8 because his name was 108, and obviously snooker's heavily connected to numbers and geometry and angles and all of that, and he won 10-8 in the final. I won so much money that day. It was insane on snooker. Yeah, and
semi-final is on 108 and 89th day of the year. Hold on. Yeah, and Prince Philip equals 189. Hold on, page 3 was Prince Philip. Semi-final is 3rd ranked against 12th ranked hot-hair Maria Begolia equals 312. Semi-final is 203 days from Pope's last birthday. Cameron Norrie equals 203 or 6 months, 3 weeks. Prince Philip equals 63. Friday equals 63. Venus equals 81.
Do you know that? So did you say Inferno? Inferno was released 2016.
Yeah.
2016 is the 63rd triangular number for your 63s.
Yeah, right.
You should add that. That's big. And Kobe Bryant retired in 2016. That's when Donald Trump was elected to be president in 2016. LeBron won the NBA with Cleveland in 2016. Cleveland has a 216 dialing code. Ronaldo won the Euros with Portugal in 2016 as well. That was a big year, big year, 2016.
And obviously, Prince William was born on 21/6 as well.
Yeah, he was born on summer solstice.
Summer solstice is 21/6. Djokovic can get his 2. Hold on, I haven't finished. It's also 29 weeks for Philip equals 29. Djokovic can get his 205th all-time loss. Prince George of Cambridge equals 205. George Alexander Lewis equals 107. Final is on 10th of the 7th. George's birth, 22nd of the 7th, 213. The semi-final is 107 months, 17 days. Freemasonry was founded in England. In the year 1717, in a meeting at a pub called Goose and Gridiron equals 74. Men's final is on a day leaving 174 days left a year.
Do you know Messi was born? Lionel Messi was born on the anniversary of Freemasonry being founded. So Freemasonry was founded. I think you. What were your 24/6s you had?
World Cup. I think it was to do with the movie.
But you had a load of 24/6s, yeah. Loads?
Yeah. Qatar founded on 246th day of the year.
Okay, so add this to your code. Freemasonry was founded in 1717 on the 24th of June, 246, which is Messi's birthday.
Right.
Mate, Freemasonry founded the Football Association, were founded 24/6, 1717, Messi born 24/6, and Qatar founded the 246th day of the year. Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, and also,
wow.
a connection to Super Bowl. The World Cup is in the desert. Super Bowl is in the desert. 57 days later, Qatar 57, England 57.
Vaccine.
57
Vaccine is 57. Vaccine as well. And I told you, Kobe, Super Bowl 56 was in Los Angeles, won by the LA Rams, and we've got Super Bowl 57 coming up. And I said Kobe Bryant, who spent 20 years with LA, he was 5-7 in NBA Finals. So he's going to be connected again because of Revelation with the 57. And this is funny. You know, Aguero's Argentinian.
Yeah.
And he got that Aguero goal in 2012, like the 3-2 win against QPR, Queen's Park Rangers. Yeah. It was Aguero. And it was 3-2. And Argentina's flag has 32 rays, just like the Society of Jesus' flag has 32 rays on its logo. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
They win again the league 3-2.
Yeah, and then they do it 10 years later. They do it 3-2 again at the Etihad. And Man City's owned, isn't it, by people from the Middle East?
Yeah, the Qatari connection. Yeah.
Yeah, and they kept linking Messi with Man City, didn't they, for like a few years?
Yeah.
And I think Paris Saint-Germain are owned by people from the Middle East as well.
Again, Qataris, yeah.
Qatar Airlines and all of that. Who's sponsored by Qatar Airlines? I don't know. But I know PSG are sponsored by Michael Jordan. So they have a great riddle to win the Champions League that I have, which I'll share another time.
Who, sorry?
PSG have a phenomenal riddle for the Champions League from what I have. Have you looked at it?
I haven't gone that far ahead now.
No, I know it's way ahead. Like you got the World Cup prior to it. Like there's no need to look that far ahead. But yeah, it's 2023. Yeah. Jordan wore number 23. Mbappe is massively connected to Jordan with the numbers, and he stayed. They made a big deal about him staying. I got loads of stuff. I think PSG might. I think Liverpool might get there again, like ridiculously. But I haven't looked enough to be confident in what I'm saying. Just like that Nadal thing, I didn't even look at any code. I didn't think they'd do Nadal Djokovic again. But again, they like to repeat. They like to repeat scripts, don't they? Yeah.
And then Prince William's birth to men's final is 2090 days. Devil equals 209. London equals 29. Masonic 29. Yeah. Philip 29.
You know 29. You know 29's the 10th prime. Like Satan gets you 10. 29's the 10th prime, and Ericsson was 29 years old when he had a cardiac arrest, weighing number 10.
Yeah.
And he had it, and the game finished 1-0, like 10, didn't it, against Finland?
Yeah. I don't know why there's such a big ritual over Ericsson.
But he has the Valentine's Day birthday, and Valentine's Day is connected to hearts, connected to him having a cardiac arrest. But I don't know, Ericsson was born in 1992, which was the year Denmark won the Euros. I don't know what it is with Ericsson. Again, he could be some sort of demon or bloodline or whatever he is. Like,
that's why they called him Christian, the same as
Cristiano.
Jesus, Jesus, and Messi, Messiah,
and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, all these ones have been given these names probably for a reason.
Yeah, no, again, absolutely. Like Gabriel Jesus, like Gabriel the angel, Jesus, like Jesus, he was born on April the 3rd, the date Jesus died. He was given number 33 by Man City. Jesus died at 33 AD. And then Jesus' birthday supposedly is Christmas Day, and then Gabriel Jesus got coronavirus on Christmas Day. Like, what is this?
2090 days is 40 years, 20 days. The beast
Wow.
for Earth before 42 months. Freemasonry equals 42. Jesuit 42. William Bourne 21.6.
Well, the 42, Ericsson had his cardiac arrest after 42 minutes. He made his return for the national team of Denmark in a 4-2 loss to the Netherlands.
Against Holland, yeah.
Where he scored on his first touch. He came on after 45 minutes. He was born on the 45th day of the year, on February the 14th. And then...
which minute did he score for?
47.
42.
47. Yeah, 2 minutes after. 47, which is the authority number. Huge number, 47. And then he signed for Man United, or agreed to sign with them 4 months and 20 days after his birthday for another 42. And I told you Kobe Bryant's last ever game, he played 42 minutes. He played against Utah Jazz. You add up all their jersey numbers in that game. 181, the 42nd prime. And the year Kobe died, the Lakers won the NBA 4-2. So I've told the Warriors just won 4-2 to win the NBA. The Avalanche won 4-2. I'm telling you, in the baseball, I'm pretty sure whoever wins the MLB is going to win the World Series 4-2. And people are asking who runs the world.
Red Sox have good numbers.
I like the Mets. I like the New York Mets. I've said it for about 2 months. My mate Andy, who's a diehard Mets fan, has been sending me stuff every day for the Mets, and I agree with him. I think New York Mets take it. We said that ages ago when they were like 20-1 or whatever. I think they're about 7 now. So we'll see. Somebody's saying this. This is an amazing find by PDX. PDX is a really good guy. He said Di Maria, whose first name's Angel, like Angel, he got the winning goal, didn't he, in the Copa America final against Brazil, which another 1-0. He was born, I'll have to confirm this, I don't like saying it without knowing. He was born on Ericsson's birthday. So I'm pretty, that's, yeah, he's right, yeah. 4, mate, wow, you know I keep talking about 4? I keep talking about 4. Ericsson was born exactly 4 years after Di Maria, because Di Maria was born 88, Ericsson 92. Exactly 4 years, mate. Wow. Angel Di Maria. He went to the Red Devils, didn't he? He went to Man United, where he was very disappointing.
So was
Falcao.
Juan Veron? Yeah, he was disappointing.
Yeah, so they've got Man United have had some world-class Argentinians, aren't they? They had Veron, they had Tevez, they had Di Maria, they had Gabriel Heinze, who was decent enough defender. He got to the World Cup final with Argentina. Have they had any more Argentinians? Is that it? Wait. Fizzing up. Yeah, I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Diego Forlan.
Oh, Diego Forlan.
Yeah, but didn't he win like the Golden Boot in a World Cup?
Yeah, but never anything for Man United.
I know when he went to Man United, he got embarrassed. Like he couldn't. Like it was. I remember because I was a huge United fan then. It was almost a laughing stock, Diego Forlan at Man United. Like, he couldn't score. It was hilarious.
Soldado's a very good player.
Oh, when he went to Tottenham?
I know he's a good player, but he couldn't score one at Tottenham. And then Harry Kane came in, and straight away was pounding the lid. So.
Do you remember Harry Kane's ritual? Do you remember Harry Kane's ritual when he went in goal for Spurs in the Europa League and the first shot went through his legs?
Really? No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, guys, if you're ever having a bad day, just watch Harry Kane go in goal, and the first shot was a free kick and it went through his legs or something. It was embarrassing. That was a ritual for him. But they were winning like 5-0 or something. It didn't mean anything. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
So do you want to wrap this up? Because I don't want to I got so much going on in my life at the moment, which I'm happy with, but it's busy. Like, I've got to head to the beach. I'm not even going to go in the water or anything. Like, I'm just going to hang out at this place, and then I've got a coach. So I want to say the numbers there are outstanding that you've shared. They always have been what you do. Wait, it's fizzing up again. And you and I, we can work together. No ego involved. Like, it's all. The good thing about these codes that you do and I do, you always learn something. Like, we've just learned Di Maria has the same birthday as Ericsson. Somebody in the chat said that, PDX. So you just learn this, you speak to people, and then you connect it all, don't you? Like, watch like Argentina will play Denmark or something in the World Cup, and Di Maria and Ericsson will both score or something. It'll be hilarious. It's the type of shit that happens.
It's a lot deeper than sports. I mean, I've been on Patreons and they give baseball picks and they say, oh, this team can get their blah, blah, blah win on blah, blah, blah day, and this equals that and that.
It's mediocre. I call that mediocre. I call that mediocre.
50, 60% hits anyway.
Yeah, that's mediocre coding for me. Like, I like what you and I do. We have decent enough hit rates, not perfect, nobody will be, but you're always blown away by the code. You're always like, wow, that was like reading a book. That's what I like from the code. Other people say, you just got to keep it simple. Today's the 28th day of the year, and this team can get the 28th win. It's like, I can't post that code and then justify it.
Simple, like the number they were using, say, is 34. Then, for instance, Wales getting to the World Cup, it was based on 64, wasn't it? But
yeah, the first time in 64 years.
You see a deeper code, and you don't know how they're going. You know, it could have easily been Scotland, for instance.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you will always find numbers. That's where people like can't accept this knowledge. So you tell me you can have numbers for everyone. Yeah, but again, can you call as many futures as that our community did, and this, that, and the other? Like, it's not easy. This and wait, just finish up just for this last 2 minutes. Like, I don't think this is negative what you're going to say, but tell people why you think gambling can be very dangerous and why it can interfere with your growth.
If I can wrap it up in 2 minutes, but I'll give you an example. My dad was Italian. He came here probably late 60s. He set up an employment agency. He was doing very well in Knightsbridge. He fell into gambling. I used to watch World Cup games with him. He was always betting on everything Italian, you know, from skiing to football to Formula One. Always Italian because he was passionate Italian.
Hey, mamma, that's a spicy meatball.
Well, I thought at the time, but he was probably putting 300 or 400 on these.
In the 60s?
Yeah, well, not 60s, but mid-70s and what have you.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
10 times the amount. It'd be 10 times that now. And eventually, he also fell into casinos, blackjack, roulette. He eventually lost his business, his marriage, his home, and he ended up in a sheltered housing after he had a stroke and virtually almost penniless. So that's
Do you know the roulette? Do you know the roulette table when you add up all the numbers? It's 666.
666. Yeah, and it represents the solar system, some kind of sun.
And it's got 36. It's got 36 numbers, and 666 is the 36 triangular number.
Yeah. So although I have been slightly addicted to betting for a short time.
Yeah.
But never major amounts. But it doesn't take your energy, and it's addictive as well. That's why now I don't really code daily games at all. Even when the league starts, I would just do the odd, a few futures and that's it, because it doesn't take my energy.
Yeah, that's a big thing with it, the energy.
And that future, and then forget about it, and if it comes in, it comes in.
Yeah. If you can gamble for fun and have a little bit, like you said, 20 quid here, 20 quid there, and it's like whatever, that's a takeaway, a few beers. I have no issue with people doing that. It's like you said, people who are losing their relationship, their job, their soul. You can lose your soul through gambling if you're not careful. You lose your soul. And but yeah, if you bet for a bit of fun here and there, you do the odd accumulator, you do the odd future, you win a bit of money. I think it's great. Other people, want to gamble as a professional gamblers.
Every day they want a code.
Yeah. Can you do that? Can you code this MLB game? It's like nothing stands out. Well, just give me like a lean. Give me a lean. It's like just wait 24 hours and give me a bit of time. I'll try and get you something that I really like tomorrow. No, not now, Illusion, please, mate. I won't say yes to those people now because I'm not helping them by forcing a code. I love this, mate. I love talking about the World Cup, putting connections together, connecting them to historical events, connecting them, unfortunately, to the number of the beast and Revelation, but it's happening. It's all there. And having these chats, it's rather than saying, no, I think this team wins because look, they've got the best strikers. They've got the best. It's nothing to do with. It is nothing. That's why Greece could win the Euros in 2004. Denmark could win the Euros in '92. Why Leicester won the league in 2016. It's not the players. Unfortunately, I wish it was. It's not. It's not. It has nothing to do with. Oh, this player's out for the final. I don't give a shit. If the code's for the other team, I don't care if that player's out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's not worth the energy. But I think that idea you have of like a group chat is a good idea from your site. You said.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I might set up a WhatsApp group. I don't know. I don't want to be overwhelmed constantly being online and checking my phone. But like, I might set up a group chat for coders who love the sports, and you can just say, "Hey, boys, I've got this code on Uruguay to win this game. Like, check it out if you fancy it. Add to it. You can do that because it's fun to read the codes, and as long as you're just not always doing it, like always gambling, like you said, because it can really ruin you.
Yeah. And it's energy zapping to code every day. It doesn't hit.
Mate, does it get any worse, bro? Bro, Klaus said something really profound here. Klaus, who I really like, she said, you can't get rid of your demons if you still enjoy their company. That's very interesting. I like that.
Yeah, true.
I'll say this. Oh, PSQ's in the chat. PSQ's an amazing coder. I was in a Twitter group. I left it because I had a stage where I don't want to constantly hear people talking about sports because a lot of people in this Twitter group were still really like, this guy's the GOAT. This guy's an amazing player. I couldn't hear it anymore. It started to wind me up, although their coding was amazing. Like PSQ, Belzino. There was a few others. Sorry that I forgot your name. I'm not good with names. There was 4 or 5 that were really high level. So shit, as what I always do, I go off topic. I was going to say something about gambling and I completely forgot.
It's a lot more.
This.
We're living in now. It's a lot more than a sports game. And the World Cup has been moved to that date over Saturnalia for a reason.
Yes.
And it's very sinister. And I prefer coding.
It's like this, bro. It's like this. So everyone who's telling me right now Brady's going to win the Super Bowl to go 8-3 because he was born on 8-3 and football gets you 83 and murder 83 and all of this stuff with the 83s. I say this. I go, listen, not for me. What do you mean, Illusion? Listen, this is what I think. I don't know. This is what I think. Pope Francis was born on Saturnalia, 1217. December the 17th, 1217. 1217, 1217 is the 199th prime number. Tom Brady was drafted 199th pick. Tom Brady is currently on 7 rings. Saturn has 7 rings. That's when I say Brady doesn't come off 7 rings. I think he could get to the Super Bowl and lose and be 7-4, and I can go through all my 74s. So surface, you go, Brady's going to go 8-3. My brain now is, you really going to think they're going to let a guy go 8-3 who was born on 8-3 and retire 8-3? No. Sorry, no. Maybe 2 years ago I would have said that. Not now. No.
LeBron didn't go 5-6, did he?
No, he's gonna stay 4-6 because that's 66.6%, and he's connected to the beast. Is LeBron? That's why they always call him a beast. They always call him a beast on the court.
You remember that 10-20? We had 10-28 days left.
Yeah, Bill Gates' birthday.
Yeah, Bill Gates' birthday, and also the founding of Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Apparently, I heard the shooting in Chicago was at 10:28. So
yeah.
quite a connection.
I've got Bills. I've got Bills over the Bucks. I've got Bills right now. You and I'm going to work with Jay Soul, but I have Bills over the Bucks already. But I haven't looked enough.
For some reason, why have they gone to favourites? I don't know much about American football, but why have they gone to favourites when they haven't done that much?
No, again, it's just they've got an amazing quarterback. They've got Josh Allen. They said he's like the future, like the next Brady, and I'm sure there's stuff going on. I don't keep an eye and up to date with the signings and stuff, but yeah, again, the algorithm knows. The algorithm knows. And yeah, you sometimes get some major upsets. Like the Rams weren't one of the favorites, I don't think, and they took it. I don't think they were one of the favorites. Maybe like the 7th or 8th favorite, but yeah, I'll look more into it. It's too early. Oh, Bengals would have been about 100, 200 to 1 at the beginning of the season, I would say. Something outrageous, yeah. They came back from, I think it was 21-3. They were down at halftime against Kansas City, who were the favorites for the Super Bowl. And they ended up winning. They still won the game in Kansas. That woke up a lot of people. That's when I got a lot of new followers. I did a video. I was like, you really believe that the mini GOAT, Mahomes, just forgot how to throw a football? And it was 21-3 or something. I think it was 21-3, which was the date of the Super Bowl, 2-1-3, which was LA's dialing code. And it was in LA. It was won by an LA franchise. It's just, you learn all of this. You learn, like, when these clubs were founded, you learn the area codes, you research the owners, you research events that have happened in those cities. Like, again, when you think of 9/11, you instantly think of New York, don't you? So you make connects there. Like, there's all these connections. Like, when I do Church of Satan connections, I'm like, okay, that's in San Francisco, so that's going to help me with the Giants in baseball and with the Warriors. And it does. That you learn the things that are synced with these places. Like London's where Freemasonry was founded. There's so many rituals with the Freemasons.
Your memory for numbers is quite incredible, to be honest.
So is yours.
Well, no, I can't pull them out like that. I have to look them up, but you can recite them.
Yeah, I and it's not like I don't sit at home like 4 hours like testing myself either, like reciting them, trying to memorize it, like rehearsing lines for a movie. It's like I don't know. I have God's given me a gift for remembering numbers. I will say that God gave me a gift to do that, and it is a gift that I can do. And I just repeat. I'm like, speak to people about it, and then you just bash it off. You remember stuff, and the more you say something, the more your brain's like, okay, it just flows. It just flows. It's no different to like a singer who's been singing a song like for their whole career. They don't have to recite the lines when they're up on stage. It's just they know what they're saying when they're going to say it. It just flows.
Yeah, it's second nature almost.
Yeah. Well, bro, this was amazing. I'll do this again with you. Like, if you ever have a major code that you want to share, and we'll just say, hey guys, this is his code. He's not saying it's going to hit. It's really interesting. Maybe you'll win. Maybe you won't. And what's that song? Maybe you'll get married. Maybe you won't. I can't remember who sung that song, but yeah, it is all maybes when it comes to this stuff. And it is a phenomenal feeling when it hits and you can reveal that and win money at the same time as revealing deception. That's the ultimate goal, I guess, for this community. Reveal the deception and win the money. For a lot of people, it's just win the money. I don't care about the riddle. I won money. And they're the people I don't want to be involved with, who just want the money and they don't actually care about the numbers behind it and how beautiful the numbers are and how sacred they are, and that it's God behind these rituals in a weird way, because he controls everything, whether we think it's man or not. He has the ultimate say. In my opinion, I don't want to go deep with you about God and stuff, but thank you for this.
Hopefully your website will take off even more, and it's like a community thing. And
that's what it is for me. Yeah. I want to say a big shout out to Gabrielle, who's working on it every day. We're trying to add stuff and make it more user-friendly, but be patient with us, guys, with the website. It's why I'm not promoting it. I've got 33 people, of course. I think it's 33 now. Thanks to all of you. I will start posting sports decodes next week when it's all fully up and running, and you can leave your codes in the comments. And so I'm working with Gabrielle every day. It's pretty tiring. I've told you, coaching, teaching, speaking to Gabrielle for hours, which is fun, but Get that website up. I'll start promoting it. And guys, you've just heard Chuck. You've heard Chuck here. Chuck's exceptional at coding. He's not the only one in my community who can code, but he is actually a different level to most. But there's other people that can code really high level like this. Interact with these people, learn from them, not just me. I've learned from Chuck. He's learned from me. You probably heard in this phone call. He's said something, I've added. I've said something, he's added. That's how it should be with this.
Yeah.
Not an ego.
No, it doesn't matter whose code is right. It's a combined thing as well.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Like, and yeah, that's how it's got to be. That's what I want my community to be about. And I don't want addictive, obsessive gamblers joining my page. Don't do that. There's plenty of other sports decoders. Go join them. I don't want you joining for that reason. Okay, I've told people that now for about 4 months. But if you want to learn knowledge, interact with people like me and Chuck and Clow and Joey and loads of other people. I'm running out of names. It's well worth it. You enjoy it, but the thing that with the Patreon, the gambling just takes you on such highs and lows, doesn't it? Where you just think, I want to be done with Patreon. I don't even want to read a code anymore. And then you get your passion back for it.
It's okay because you don't give it so much energy. You forget it's 2 months away. You don't give it much energy. You forget about it. But day to day
ruins you. It ruins you. It consumes you, doesn't it? It consumes you.
It's all right if it's on a special day, like someone's birthday, and you can see clearly it's going to be that ritual, but you don't get many of those.
Yeah, you don't. But when you get them, you have to take advantage. Like if there's me, you, and a few other top decoders, and we're all really confident, it usually hits, doesn't it? If we're all on the same page.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that's when you're like, okay, that feels good.
To go a little bit of money, just for a weekend out or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you can win money, if you can win money to go take out your wife for dinner or fill your gas up and buy a new pair of Vans or whatever, it's a great feeling. But when you're doing it to pay your rent and buy a car or buy a Rolex or all that nonsense that you don't need, and you lose thousands. I've told people, I'm sorry, there's no sympathy for me now if you lose a couple of grand. I was stupid enough to bet that amount of money many times. Never again. I just won't do it to myself. So mate, this was great. Yeah, this was amazing. Sorry to the guys in the chat. I haven't read all your comments, but when I have somebody on the live that I focus on them, it's hard for me to do both. But thank you for listening. Chuck, we've just done 1 hour, 37 minutes for your 33rd prime, like Liverpool won the FA Cup 33 years after Hillsborough. I think this is a good time to end it. But thank you so much, mate. I swear I've only ever had respect for you. I've only had respect for your codes, mate. And I know it was a bit stupid and childish, but we've grown up, we learned from it. Me too. Both of us.
And see your website prosper anyway.
I appreciate that, mate. We'll see what happens. Yeah, a few weeks I'll really focus on it. For now, I'm focusing on my coaching, getting all that done. I want to focus on doing really good camps. Then I'll put all my energy into the website. So, cheers, lad. Thank you. I better get off and call my mate and go meet him at the beach for 2 hours before I coach. I don't want to let him down. Much love to all of you. Thank you so much, Chuck. We'll do this again, lad. We'll find more numbers for Argentina or other things. No, thank you, mate. Take care. Bye. Bye. All right, guys. I hope you learned a lot from Chuck there. Right, as of now, we are leaning Argentina. There's a long time to go. Starts in November. I have way more for Argentina. I'll share on my website. I'm not saying I'll share it soon. I don't know when, but I've got a crazy code for Argentina. That was just sprinkles of it. The England code's really strong, but for me, Elizabeth needs to die if England win it. She's still hanging in there, aren't you, Elizabeth? You lizard. All right, really appreciate you all. I better go. I don't want to let my friends down. Right, just running around like a blue-ass fly, baby. Cheers. I'll try to go live tomorrow. I'm not as busy tomorrow. Much love. Thank you very much, Chuck. I enjoyed that. And if anyone has codes at that level and wants to speak with me and feels comfortable speaking in front of a audience, whatever you want to call it, you can drop me an email and we'll try to figure it out. As long as you're not coming on and you're trying to mock me or be disrespectful or start swearing and calling stuff out. I don't mind having people use my platform to basically share their views on the world. I think it's a beautiful way. of connecting. So yeah, Queen's a lizard, baby. Take care. Much love, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll speak to you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.